Welcome to Island Gem Presents our Paracord Poppy. Today we're going to make this beautiful poppy brooch. It's about 2.5 inches in diameter out of this red 550 paracord. The first thing we're going to do is clip down the core, which is the white, and fuse the end. When working with paracord, oftentimes if you do not fuse the end, you will find the white core thread at the end of your project sticking out. This creates an inconsistency in the cord, which we do not like, so we will be fusing both ends. The other end is fused. Now it's ready to go. This is very much a Celtic knot in many respects. It's the Turk's head knot, or Turk's head mat as the case may be, which consists of 5 loops that look like petals. First 2 loops we're just going to make. The third loop we are going to start weaving. So we just went under. The key with trying to keep that rounded paracord is to twist the cord when it starts kinking up. We're going to go under, over, under, and tighten it up. This will make 4 of the 5 loops that we need to make the petals. We're going to start tightening up this knot a little bit to make it easier to double up our next round on the poppy. Doesn't look like much now, but it'll turn into quite a pretty poppy. So doubling up, we're going to take the end of our cord and we're going to start threading it through the original path of stage 1, which starts at the little tail. And we want to make sure that we thread on the outside of the original cord, as we are working sort of from the center outwards. It was under, over, under. Tighten up. I'm sorry, it's so close to the edge and you can barely see it. I'm still working out how to work the camera and make the project at the same time, and sometimes it doesn't work very well. Still threading through, following the original cord. Once you've doubled up, you will certainly see the flower far better. You don't want to tighten it so much that it makes it infinitely difficult to thread through, but we will keep tightening it as we go. And you can pull 2 strands at once to tighten it up, or you can do it one at a time. It ultimately depends on what the situation calls for. Again, you're kind of working from the inside out. So we're getting closer to a very tight poppy, so that we can go and do our third round following it through. A little bit more difficult this time, but it will definitely bring together the whole knot. I love this this Turk's head mat. It really does look like a poppy. In other videos I've seen more added to it, like a black center or a leaf in macrame, and it doesn't appeal to me as much. I believe the simplicity of the flower itself and the color definitely goes towards the symbol of what it means. that being wearing it in honor of the people that have fought for our country, as well as the people that have fought and died for our country, and also the animals in service, although I believe that poppy is supposed to be purple. I see no reason why the souls that have been touched and traumatized should not be recognized in all forms. I have family members that have served. My grandfather served in artillery in World War II. He came home and raised a family. My oldest brother is also in the military, or recently retired as a Canadian peacekeeper for the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. So making this poppy, we do not, we still give to the Royal Canadian Legion and Veterans Associations. We just prefer this over the single-use poppy that is given out when those donations are made. So oftentimes I will give to them and say, no, don't worry about your flower, I got mine. This is a nice little project. It doesn't take too long. As a beginner, I would say it probably takes about half an hour, 45 minutes. And oftentimes I've had to undo and redo the start to make sure that I got it right, but I've now made it a couple of times, so it has gotten a lot easier. I'm just finishing up. When threading the last little piece there, I'm going to be going under the same place where the tail is, so that they come out on either side of the wrap on the back. And this is going to make it easier for me to finish. There we go. I find using a crochet hook a far easier way of pulling it through rather than trying to push it through. So they are on either side of that last strand. Here I am doing it again, you can barely see. I'm going to clip these down short, and then I'm going to use my lighter and I'm going to fuse them together. This makes it easier and it gives the safety pin a little bit more to pin down. So there's about 1.25 inches on either of those tails. And I'm just going to sew it with some needle and thread. I've chosen red thread, just makes it look prettier or less seen. So yeah, safety pins I find are great when you don't have the bar pin. The bar pin can be sewn as well. Bar pin obviously has a bar at the back with some holes on it, but I didn't have any at this particular point, so I'm just using the safety pin. This is great for if you have children with very small children that you're carrying that have a tendency to grab. You don't have to worry about pins sticking into them. Alright, I do believe that we are almost done. So the last one here, I'm going to pull the needle through, and then I'm going to take where it's already coming out of the poppy and wrap it around the needle a couple of times. This makes for a decent knot. And then I'm going to pull the needle through, and those coils are going to stay close to the pin or to the flower, and then snip off the excess. And there you have it. You have a very simple Turk's head knot that looks like our beautiful red poppies. Thank you for watching. Again, please support your local veterans associations. We hope this helps.